Welcome back to Reactions That Rock. I am Seth, a former rock and roll radio DJ. Now, well, you know the rest. A few weeks ago, I did a song by a guy named Jungkook from BTS. He's, I guess, serving in the Korean military, the South Korean, let's clarify. The South Korean military right now is part of the requirement that they have for everybody in the country. And that gives me time to catch up on everything BTS, Jungkook, and the rest of the gang. And no, this is not Jungkook. You read the title, you saw the thumbnail, you know. But anyway, that was my introduction to this whole crazy world that I would have never stepped foot in if it wasn't for this channel and those of you at home or in the car driving watching this. You shouldn't do that, but this blew my mind because I always thought K-pop just meant Korean pop music, and it was basically Korean boy bands, a bunch of Korean kids singing songs that I couldn't understand and cared nothing about. And then I checked out Jungkook, and it blew my freaking mind. It was like Michael Jackson and Usher, and it was like that great kind of pop music that dominated the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and so on and so forth. I don't even know what the hell we call this now. But I was impressed enough, and apparently y'all loved me checking it out because you blew up my comments. I always try to respond to every single person. However, as this channel grows, that could take a whole lot of time. But always give me your feedback. Tell me what I need to know. And I got a lot of feedback about stuff I needed to check out. And this was on the list, so we are checking it out. I do no research before coming out here other than what y'all have told me. So it's my understanding that this is another member of the band BTS, and yes, to clarify, I now know that K-pop is an industry and not a genre of music. Please stop telling me. I've figured it out, okay? I'm better, I'm smarter, I'm wiser. You all have informed me, and I know what's going on. So, we're going to check out Jimin, is how I believe it's pronounced. I don't speak Korean, and I certainly don't read it, and a lot of these kind of do the double dip in the languages, and I can barely dip into English some days. So we're gonna check this out. This is Jimin, Closer Than This. Closer Than This official MV, which I'm assuming the song is Closer Than This, and this is the official music video. But whoever uploaded this really needs to work on titling. But it says official, so that's good enough for me. Let's fire it up. Jimin, Closer Than This. Let's see if we go 2 for 2 with the boys from BTS.
지금 우리가 이별하는 게 아니고 잠깐 그냥 못 볼 뿐이지.
중간에 베이비 돈 월리가 되게 많이 나와서
그러니까
되게 좋은 거 같아요.
Thank God for subtitles. Which, by the way, I've been working on my subtitles too. So, we'll get some. I'll have Korean subtitles on this, Spanish, Italian, and more. I don't want to talk over them.
너도 기억하니 우리 첫 만남이 수줍고 어색했던 그때 문득 돌아보니 어느새 여기까지 함께 걸어왔던 거야. 때론 넘어져 울기도 하고 서로의 어깨에 토닥여주고 눈물로 겨울 저 바라보며 서로의 이름을 불러줬지. 6월 13일 그날부터 오늘의 지금까지 너와 난 Even if you're not here 같은 자리에 always Don't have to worry now 잠시 손을 놓지만 작은 쉼표일 뿐인걸 Just call my name out loud 다시 보랏빛 물들 끝날
Okay, I don't know what the Korean version of Spanglish is. You know what that is. It's when you're talking to a Spanish woman and she's like going on and on and on, and then every now and then an English word comes out like Pepsi Cola, and you're like, this is that in Korean. I'm digging it though. Again, for the second time since I've been doing this channel, I have stumbled upon a song who, without subtitles, I would have been completely lost. But I am digging this vibe. It's kind of got that smooth, early 90s throwback to R&B. I kind of dig it. I do expect a little soprano and falsetto from the Korean singers. It just seems to be a common thing. I could get into a whole reason why, but I'm not going to do that because, everybody's sensitive. But anyway, so I actually really, really am digging this. The singing is great. The video it's sufficient for what it is. It's kind of hard coming from Jungkook and seeing all that dancing to just kind of something that's a little more melodic. This is less dancey, but a lot more emotional and melodic. So I'm digging that, and let's just keep rolling with it.
'Cause anytime you want me, I'll be right here where you call me. I'll be.
Okay.
Never let you go. Never let you go. Whenever you need me, I'll be. If you believe me, I'll be. I will never let you go. Never let you go. 비가 내리면 비 맞으며 노래하던 그때 기억할게. 눈이 내리면 눈 맞으며 웃어주던 널 촉하며 다시 만날 봄날에 못다한 얘길 전할게. My love, my baby, 영원히 네 곁에. 이거보단 나 right 두근거려 지금도 나의 맘. 잠깐 눈을 감아 눈앞에 서 있을게. Oh, don't have to worry now. 잠시 손을 놓지만 작은 쉼표일 뿐인걸. Just call my name out loud. 다시 보랏빛 물들 끝날. 'Cause anytime you want me, I'll be right here where you call me. I'll be. Can never let you go. Never let you go. Whenever you need me, I'll be. If you believe me, I'll be. I will never let you go. Never let you go. 하나도 맘으로 두드리면 그 웃음으로 문을 열어줘. 멈췄던 시간이 돌아오면 Baby, I come back for you.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep this one quick, but that little breakdown right there totally sounded like Dick in a Box. I'm sorry, if you know, Timberlake, Andy Samberg, that little breakdown, not gonna give you diamond ring, because I'm sorry, it totally sounded like Dick in a Box, which makes us even better. Honestly, if we're just being honest, it makes the song even better.
다시 하나 될 그날에 Never let you go. Never let you go. 크게 부르자 이 노래 다시 하나 될 수 있게. I will never let you go. Never let you go. 크게 부르자 이 노래 다시 하나 될 그날에 Never let you go. Never let you go. 더 크게 부르자 이 노래 다시 하나 될 수 있게. I will never let you go. Never let you go.
Okay, I understood half of it, but at the same time I understood all of it, and I like that. I love when there's a song that isn't primarily sung in English, and you can understand what is being conveyed in the song without understanding the words themselves. This is why I've always said that music and poetry and whatnot are transitional, transcendent. They move beyond language barriers. A good song is a good song in any genre and any language. That's what this experience is about for me. That's why I'm doing this, to discover good songs outside of my precious rock and metal world. So I dig the song. It does have kind of that 90s slow jam vibe, but it's a little more of like a positive, uplifting vibe. And it also moves the song. That's something I really like about this. You know, if you think back to like the slow jams of the 90s, the song kind of just carried the very same simple throughout the whole song. Yeah, that my hand is the song, in case you didn't. Yeah. So, I mean, this, instead of just kind of carrying like this, kind of had some ups and some lows, and a little bit of, and then it had that little breakdown, the Dick in the Box breakdown, which is what this will forever be known as, because you gotta put them side by side. Trust, no, not the dicks or the boxes, the songs. You gotta put them side by side. But that said, the production quality of this is great. The singing, I want to talk about the singing. Every time I mention the word auto-tune, I get 100 comments from people telling me that they don't use auto-tune. No, they're just naturally gifted singers. And I want to clear something up right now. Auto-tune is not a bad word, and almost every producer making music will use it to some degree. Primarily, it just corrects the pitch. Auto-tune was designed and intended to simply correct the pitch. If you're singing a song that's in the key of A, and you slightly dip into A minor, auto-tune kind of brings that back where it belongs, and it doesn't mean the person can't sing. It literally just turns somebody who's 99.9% where they need to be to 100%. Except for rappers and the occasional, metal rap hybrid where they crank the auto-tune all the way up to 11, and they rely on that to actually generate the vocals. But auto-tune itself is not bad. That would be like saying, they're good singers, they don't use microphones. No, it's a tool of the trade. Everybody's doing it. Using a microphone doesn't mean you can't sing, just like using auto-tune doesn't mean you can't sing. That said, I don't think we're dealing with a whole lot of vocal editing on this guy. I do not feel like there were a lot of aftermarket parts added to this song as far as the vocals go. Yes, there's going to be a little pitch correction in the studio. I can guarantee you the artist probably doesn't even have control over that. The record label says do it, and the producers do it. Producers want to produce good albums so they continue to get work. But I would venture a guess that there's not a whole lot of vocal effects on this at all. That there's not much chorus added, not much reverb, not much gain, not much mid to high, all the words you hear when you watch this stuff. It sounds to me, and this is just my personal take, and I could be way the hell off, but it sounds to me like what we're actually hearing is somebody who is a good singer, a little bit more of a soprano or heading that direction in their vocal range, likely primarily because of age. And let's be honest, bigger guys typically have deeper voices, typically, and Koreans aren't exactly known to be bigger guys, unlike us Americans who fast food. Anyway, so I'm going to guess that his vocal stylings is basically English as a second language in a soprano voice, but he sings it so well. It sounds so good. When he goes into the Korean, I almost feel like there's a tiny little bit of the polish that comes on or goes on, and it almost takes it away a little bit because you can tell sometimes when people don't sing in their primary language or whatever, it almost feels more authentic to me because it feels like there's a little more effort. And I know I'm rambling here, but I'm going to compare it to when you hear acoustic guitars in songs and you can hear the, I got to do the camera right on this because one of my hands, but you can hear, I'm backwards. You can hear, I can't figure this out. It's like looking into a freaky mirror for me. But, anyway, when you hear an acoustic guitar and you hear the strings slide, and you're like, well, that's not really clean, but it adds depth to the song. That's how I feel like his English singing was. I feel like it was 95% clean, but a little, and it added depth. It gave it character, and I really, really like that. I'd be surprised if he grew up speaking English. I'm sure it's a second language, but he probably picked it up young. A lot of them do. Everywhere else in the world, they speak like 6 languages, except here in America, where we can barely master one. Point in case. So, but I dig it. I really, really enjoyed that. I'm going deep down this rabbit hole. I'm going to be checking out more Korean imports because I am a fan. That had a throwback feel with a fresh taste. Does that make sense? If it does, I think you know exactly what I mean. If it doesn't, just use the right words to figure out in your mind what the hell I was trying to say. So that's that. Now, as you know, we're going to brand new sign-offs here. Something different every frickin' day. which is going to keep me very, very busy on the creative side, I guess, or I'm just going to friggin' wing it. So I'm going to ask you for your likes, I'm going to tell you to comment, I'm going to beg for subscriptions, but you do you, and that's totally okay. And as I sign off now, I'm going to give you the most wisest wisdom of words I have ever seen anywhere. Every woman's kitchen. Live, love, laugh.